Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to EastandDan Podcast episode 17. This is going to be an incredible episode, and I'm so excited, and you better watch this one.
Guys, today we have an awesome guest speaker coming in. We're going to ask him so many questions. It's going to be amazing, and we have 4 amazing bets that you guys are going to want to take, so stay tuned. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get on to the first subject. Alright, guys. Give a warm welcome to Kyler Crook, our guest on today's podcast. I'm so excited. Whew.
How's it going, guys?
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Can't wait to talk about some business and some serious life things.
Yeah. Kyler. So, Kyler is a NAU wide receiver. So, Kyler, you want to tell him a bit about yourself before we get started?
Yeah, sure. So I'm originally from Denver, Colorado, born and raised. Went to high school at Mountain Vista High School. My senior year, NAU reached out to me and wanted me to come on to a visit at Northern Arizona. So I came and, I loved it up here. It's a lot like Colorado, pine trees, mountains, snow, so it reminded me of home. So I decided to take that opportunity as the PWO and just kind of bet on myself, that someday I could earn a scholarship. And here we are going into year 3. And, it's just been a great experience. I've met so many great people and so many great coaches, and I'm just blessed to be where I'm at.
Hey, Kyler, that sounds awesome. So, Mountain Vista is in Colorado, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's actually a Mountain Vista like 25 minutes down the road from me. It's pretty cool.
Oh, no way. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, Kyler, as a student athlete, what do you think is like the most challenging part of balancing football and school?
It comes down to there's a lot of weight on your shoulders and there's a lot of pressure. And you want to do well for all the people who bet on you and for all the people who help you out, So sometimes for me, it gets a little overwhelming, when I have to wake up at 6 a.m., be at the gym at 6:30 and lift from 6:30 to 8 and then go straight to a meeting with my coach and then come home, get a quick meal in for class, and head to class. So your plate fills up really quick, but it's the game that I love to play, and I'm blessed to be able to play it. So every day I just thank God for the opportunities, and I just keep my head down and keep working.
Yeah. So, do you have any like tips or strategies for like the high schoolers, junior hires, and everyone who wants to be where you are? Do you have any tips or strategy in balancing school and football?
For a lot of young athletes, first and foremost, you got to get good grades. My grades, I had a 3.7 in high school, and it really helped me going into NAU because I get scholarship for my money or for my grades now, and football coaches love to see that because they want to know that you can handle business not only on the field but in the classroom as well, and that you're a good person who takes things like that seriously. So for all you kids out there who want to become a college athlete, take school serious, take all the little things serious, when you have weights class or when you have football practice, whatever it is, you just got to go and show up, give it 100% at whatever you're doing, whether it's a big thing, a little thing, and you'll be successful.
So one thing I had was, you've had clearly lots of games and lots of opportunities in football. What do you think was the most memorable part of your football career or game?
So this is going to have to go back to my senior year. We're playing a rivalry team, Rock Canyon High School, and we are down. What was the score? I believe we were down 24-0 at halftime, and they come in and make it 31-0 at the beginning of half. So we think the game's completely over. Second half, we're going into the third quarter. We drive down, score, so it's 31-7. And I just remember getting my guys together, and I was so mad because it was a home game, and losing to your rivalry team this bad was horrible. So I remember me and my boys got together and we said, this is not how it's going to end. This is not how it's coming down. So we ended up tying the game up. I caught a touchdown to tie the game up, and we ended up getting 2 onside kicks in a row. And after the second one, we got it with 7 seconds left or something like that, and we threw a Hail Mary at the end of the game, and my boy Michael Malosnik pulled it in, and the whole stands rushed the field, the teams rushed the field, so just getting up from tackling my boy in the end zone and seeing all the people, swarming the field, and it's just a great feeling to know that you had like a whole city behind you, and that you could come through for all your friends and family.
That's
That's
awesome.
incredible.
As a
That's
person,
incredible.
as a person in Texas, I know much about the high school home games and how serious
Yeah,
those things
for
are.
sure.
Yeah, they don't take it as crazy down here in Arizona.
Nah, Arizona high school football is not bad though.
It's
Yeah, especially the school that I'm gonna go to next year. It's an academic school, so
Okay. What's the
put
name
it
of the
that way.
school?
Arizona College Prep.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
that'll
one of
give
the
you some good
more.
room.
Yeah. So, speaking of like the most memorable, so what aspects of the game, like what did you learn from that? Like going in and out of that game, is there something you really learned and took from that?
Actually, yeah, that I have one memory from that game that sticks with me to this day. I remember going into halftime. It was probably like 30 seconds left before halftime, and we're trying to go down and score. And I catch probably a 15-yard comeback on the right side of the field, catch it, fall out of bounds right away, and I'm going back to the huddle, and I see my coach is subbing me out. So I run to the sideline, and he puts another receiver in, and I just remember in that moment being so mad and confused that why I was being taken out. I had just made a big play. We're down. We need to score. And I'm getting pulled out of the game. And I remember really like freaking out, like throwing my helmet and losing my composure. And this was really one of the only times that I really ever did that. And I remember one of my coaches, it was the D-line coach. His name was Mike Willahan. He came up to me and he told me, Kyler, you're one of the best damn leaders I've ever seen in this school. You need to get your guys together and get ready to go win a football game in the second half. And for him to say that just meant so much to me, to know that I had an important role on the team as not only a player but a leader, and to go back into the locker room and give my boys a pep talk and to come back and win that game. It's something I'll never forget.
Yeah, so as a soccer player, I got named the captain. I lost
Oh,
my head
nice.
a few times. I lost my head. I even, I don't like to say this, but recently I did get a red card.
Oh,
Yeah, lost my head, lost my computer.
yeah,
It was game over. So hearing that actually sounded pretty. That sounds pretty inspirational because
yeah,
I now I know. Go out there, hey, use your head, stay composed.
yeah.
You know.
And an important thing, like just going along those lines, is like you said, you're a captain and a leader. And if you lose your composure, it's very hard for your team to keep their composure when they see their leader freaking out. You don't know the impact that you have on people, and obviously it's big because you were voted as a captain. So if you can carry yourself in a certain way that brings people along with you, it can be very powerful for a team.
Yeah.
So
So going. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
obviously Arizona, it's a beautiful state. So what's the campus like at NAU? Being
Have you guys never been up here in Flagstaff?
been up there a few
I've been
times,
up
but not
here a
much.
lot, but I've never been to like the NAU campus.
Okay. So I love it. It's really great for me. I'm able to ride my scooter around. I actually don't have a car right now, so I have an electric scooter that I ride around. But it's great because I can get to football, to my classes, to my house, all in the same time. It's so beautiful up here. Like I said, I'm from Colorado, so I'm kind of biased when I say mountains are one of the most beautiful things, but they really are. And to be able to have our meeting room, which looks out over the mountains, it's just really cool, and I enjoy that aspect of it for sure.
Yeah, is Colorado and is Flagstaff, they both pretty cold?
Yeah, they're both pretty cold. At this time last year up in Flagstaff, we actually had a ton of snow. Right now, we've gotten none, which I'm actually pretty thankful about because 6 a.m. workouts in the snow is not the funnest thing. It builds character, though. So that's what the coaches would say.
Do you have any
Yeah.
tips for cold games? You know, I haven't had much, but I've had a few, and they suck. Like, is there
You don't
anything you
like it?
do to like
Uh,
kind of combat it?
Growing up in Colorado, I played a lot of games in the snow. My last game, my senior year, we had a bye going into the playoffs, and we played a team in the second round that what we were definitely supposed to beat. We got a blizzard during the game, about a foot of snow, and we cracked and ended up losing to a team we shouldn't have lost to in a blizzard. So when I think of a blizzard game, it does give me PTSD. But something I always did was you know those doctor's gloves that you can put on, like the blue stitch gloves?
Oh.
If you put those under your gloves, it makes you really warm. Some people will go a crazy route and put Vaseline on your hands and then put the doctor's glove on and then put your football gloves on. I didn't do that much. Like I thought that was doing too much. But that's one of my tips. I don't like wearing hoodies. I was never like a big hoodie guy under my pads. I just think I got too hot and I don't want somebody grabbing my hood, so I never did that.
Yeah, so I'm sure, coming from where you came from, set yourself a lot of goals. So
hmm
at NAU, what's like your biggest goal right now for the rest of the time at NAU?
That's funny. We actually, at the beginning of each semester, we fill out these goal sheets and we have one-on-one meetings with our position coaches, and we just go through the goal sheet and we talk about why some goals were written down, how you're going to execute them, and like between long-term goals and short-term goals. I would say for this season, my biggest goal was to gain a very important job on special teams, not only the offense, but on special teams. I want to be on the field, as much as I can, whenever I can. And I want to have an impact on the game whenever I have the opportunity to. So my big opportunity or my big goal for right now is to get an important role on special teams that I can be out there all the time with.
Yeah, so obviously your goal is just to get on the field more?
Exactly.
Yeah, so speaking of, do you think you have any aspirations to go further in your career for football, or you gonna go academically?
As a kid, like many kids, going to the league was always a big thing for me, and I always wanted to do that. And noticing, seeing what D1 football is, I think that might be as far as I'm able to take it. But I would love to be around the football world in the National Football League in another way, whether that's broadcasting, reporting, commentating. I'd love to do any of that, and really anything around football I love. So I don't want to write anything off, but I probably won't be playing in the NFL.
Hey, keep that. It dream big.
Yeah, exactly.
If you make it, we'll be your biggest supporters.
All right,
Yeah,
all right. I'll come back to
I'll get.
y'all as soon as I make a team. I'll say, these were the boys that were with me since day one.
So, what does success look like for you on and off the field? Like your biggest jump in success. What does that look like on and off the field?
That's a good question. Hmm. Measuring success can be a very hard thing. Um, some people can set goals too high and think that they failed because they didn't achieve them, and that's not always true. Um, I would say my biggest moment of success was probably last year. It was week 10. We went to northern Colorado and we played UNC Greeley. And I got my first touchdown there, and my whole family was there. I probably had 25 people in the stands. My teammates went crazy. We got 4 first personal fouls when I scored. And I think just seeing the way that people were cheering for me and rooting me on, and the people that I had been on this journey with the whole time, I think my biggest key of success was just seeing the impact that I was able to have on these people. And that was the biggest moment where I saw my hard work pay off. And of course God gave me the opportunity to get in the end zone, and I took it, and it was really cool because it was lots of years of hard work and people believing in me and people investing in me and people betting on me that were there to be able to see it. And I think just making them proud and doing something that meant something for my family was probably my biggest form of success.
I mean, so you had one touchdown last year?
Yep.
Hey, that must have felt pretty special walking into the end zone. And did you hit a Cole Selly?
Well, that's the thing. That's what everybody asks. I was so hyped. I kind of just like threw the ball down, and all my boys were swarming me. So I was jumping up, giving hugs, chest bumps and all the above. But nah, I didn't hit anything too special.
So has your whole life always been football? Football, I want to play football, or is it like a time? Like when did you decide you want to be football?
I mean, my whole life, man. It's like I said, ever since I was a kid, going to the league was something big for me that I wanted to accomplish. Um, I love so many things about football, so many aspects of football. I love the camaraderie, the people you get to meet, the impact that you can put on other people. Um, I, I love playing the game. I love the adrenaline. I love seeing a stands full of people all there, a city behind your back rooting for you. So football's been a part of my life since I was a baby, and I think it probably will be part of my life for the rest of my life.
That's awesome, bro.
That's awesome. So, of course, as you just said, college is a big part of your life, but in college, I assume you don't get very much free time. What are you doing with that free time? What is, like, your hobby?
It's so funny because sometimes people will ask me what my hobbies are, and I'll say, hobbies, what do I do? I play football, I go to class, I play football. So it's so busy, and you have so much to do all the time. I don't really have many hobbies, but I do love the outdoors. I love fishing. I love hiking. If you guys ever come up to Flagstaff again, we did a lava cave exploration, and we drove about 30 minutes up to the mountains, and there's these old lava caves that you can walk through, and it was really cool. Like, I really enjoyed that. So outdoorsy stuff I just always love.
Yeah. So you're a big time fisher.
I wouldn't say big time. I'm trying to get big time, but I'm big time in the sense of enjoyment. Like, I there's no better feeling than catching a fish. You know what I'm saying?
It's amazing. It's
Hey,
amazing.
if I come back up, I'm gonna have to ask you for some of the fishing spots.
All right, I'll give them to you.
I know.
So-
All my entire family's fishers and fishing, and I'm always trying to find a good spot, but...
Yeah. What's the biggest fish you ever caught?
I think I was probably it's 10 minutes down the road. We're at this like park, and I think I caught a 4-pound catfish. It felt so cool. That thing was fighting. I had to get my friend to help me. 'Cause that was like
Yeah.
That was one of my first time fishing, so I
Heck
didn't really
yeah.
know. Must have been a beginner's luck.
What about you?
One time, we were on a family vacation in Mexico, and I got a hammerhead shark, and I don't really know the exact size, but it was huge, and it was a really
Nice.
cool experience that entire time. It was just fish after fish after fish, and it was awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Are you in your dorm right now?
I'm not. I'm actually in my house. We have an apartment. Let me see if I can flip the camera. I don't know. We'll just flip it like this.
That's
Sitting in
pretty
my
nice.
kitchen. Yeah, it's real nice. We got
So-
4 rooms.
So how many roommates do you have?
I have 3 roommates. So we got 4
Are they-
rooms.
Are they all on the football
And-
team?
Well, actually, that's funny question. They all were. We were all on the football team, and I'm actually the last one standing. One of them got cut, one of them quit, and 2 of them quit. So
So
Yeah.
are they not home? They not home right now?
no, they're not home right now. I kicked them out. I told them I've got a very important podcast to be on.
Is this your first time being on a podcast?
This actually is, man, and I love it. I've always wanted to do something like this. I've watched my fair share of Joe Rogan podcasts, so I always thought it'd be cool to be on one or host one. So I love what you guys do.
Yeah. So, living in Colorado, are you a Broncos fan?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So you might need to talk to East a bit. He has to be a Bears fan. So.
Ooh, I see the Vikings banner in the back over
Yeah.
there.
But
But
Great
East, you're a
season
Bears
until-
fan.
yeah, it's a rough life
You
to
know,
live.
you've lived a life full of pain, my friend.
Yep. Hey, but at least I don't get to the playoffs every year and lose in the first round like the Vikings do. So
That is very true. That is very true. One of my roommates is actually a Bears fan as well, and we were giving him crap all year.
it's horrible, man. It's a rough life.
Hopefully all these coaches you're pulling in from Detroit should be good,
I
and
think we do.
hopefully
Yeah,
Caleb can get something on the line for him, help him out, and
yeah.
I think it'll be good.
I'm excited about Bo Nix though. He's gonna be great.
Tell me about it, man. Believe.
You're an Oregon fan, so.
Yep, I am an Oregon fan.
Okay.
I'm
spread
spread it. I'm spread it around.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You a Colorado fan?
Say it again.
Are you a Colorado fan?
Yeah, I grew up going to CU games. We went to, I went to a lot of CU games, football games and basketball games growing up. So I do have a big place in my heart for CU, but I think Kentucky's probably a little bit above CU for me.
What brought you to like Kentucky?
My godfather coaches over there, so I've been able to be around their program a lot and a lot of those players and guys and coaches and everything. So I've got a lot of loyalty to Kentucky football program.
Nice.
So, we have a lot, like our biggest people that watch our videos, they're about 18. They're in the high school range. What's like the biggest advice for recruiting and like how did it go for you?
The recruiting process is tough. I would say always don't rule anything out. I was offered by a couple D2 schools, and at the time, I didn't really want to talk to them because I thought I was better than that, blah, blah, blah. Don't think that you are too good for any opportunity because any opportunity can lead to another. Does that make sense? Whether it's D2, JUCO, D1, try to get your name out there as much as you can. Use Twitter. I guess it's called X now. But use X to contact as many coaches as you can. Don't be scared to DM and email and call because sometimes that's all it takes is just you being ruthless with it and not giving up and trying to find somebody to take a chance on you. And once you find somebody that will take a chance on you, go be loyal to them and give them everything you got.
Hey, that's how we got you on this.
Hey, there you go.
It felt awesome when you finally get that response. Like, hey, that felt awesome when you first responded.
That's awesome. So how many, do you guys know anybody else on the NAU team or did you DM anybody else on NAU football?
Yeah, we DM'd a few guys. I think he DM'd PJ London.
Yeah, he's actually a coach now. As of this year, it's his first year coaching. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we had one other guy. I think it's James Hall.
Okay, yep. Punter.
Yeah, so those are the only guys. And like my friend's brother goes to NAU, so I know NAU, but I don't pay attention to a lot of the football. I saw you guys almost beat U of A though.
Oh man, what a game! We were close.
What was like your favorite game to be at
this year?
Yeah,
I would say we had a few pretty good games. Idaho State was pretty fun. We beat them at home. We lost to the Idaho Vandals. I'm trying to think of what our best win was. You flush your mind so quick after the season.
You guys made the playoffs, right?
Yeah, I would say my best moment from the season was coming out of the Eastern Washington game, which was week 10. And we had to win that game to get into the playoffs. And to go to the playoffs for the first time since 2013 with an all-new coaching staff, an all-new team, to be able to go back to the locker room after that win and celebrate and know that we are writing our names in the history books, it felt so good. There's nothing to complain to that. So.
Yeah, so, hey, all it takes is, some effort, good attitude, fight through it, and that's what it takes is put yourself out there.
100%. And I don't know how y'all are with your faith and everything, but I truly believe that God led me down a path that was best for me and that he saw for me. And I'm just so grateful to him. So if you guys want to go down that route, or you do go down that route, I would say spiritual faith has always got to be the first thing in your life, and God will take care of everything for you.
Yep.
Yeah, we're both big time Christians, and
Oh, I love to hear it. That's good.
Yeah.
and that's awesome that you're with us too. I mean, talking about God, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big,
And if you have him at the center of your life, you know that you don't have to worry about anything, because you know it's all handled by someone who loves you and who's going to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? So always put your faith in God and be thankful for the opportunities he gives you, and, you know, attack every opportunity he gives you with 100%. You know what I'm saying? Give it your all.
All right, well, that was awesome, Kyler. Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, this is a dream come true. This is a dream come true.
Well, I appreciate it. I guess it's a dream come true for me too. My first podcast I've ever been on.
Yeah, we'll make sure to tag you in.
Okay, all right. Do you guys need anything else from me? Like any sorts of pictures? I know you were wondering about the campus at NAU. Like, do you want some pictures of me playing? Anything like that?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Okay.
And then we can throw it in, and then if you want to just send it over Discord or Instagram.
Yeah, for sure. And that way you guys will have a little bit of advertisement for your next post, you know, and I'll repost you guys on the Insta story. So hopefully this podcast, it blows up. You know what I'm saying? We can make it big time.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Kyler. This is awesome. So without further ado, let's head on to the next segment. What's up, guys? So we are back in the next segment, which is the best bets segment. And we have the Power 4 bets for the AFC and NFC Championship. The 4 biggest bets of the week. So, East, you want to tell them our first bet and one of the best 4 bets that you have to take this week?
All right, guys. So for my first bet, we have Patrick Mahomes under 253 passing yards. All right. The Chiefs, we know they're going to be a down year. The Chiefs are going to try, the refs are going to be trying to get them back in the game, but the Bills are right there to stop them. They're going to be on their grind this week, trying to beat the Chiefs, all right? They've been beaten too many times, and this is Josh Allen's year. He will beat the Chiefs and go to the Super Bowl, and their defense will be working hard. So Patrick Mahomes will not be getting that 253 passing yards.
Oh, yeah. So, I also have one with Patrick Mahomes. He's hating. I'm glazing. Patrick Mahomes over 26.5 rushing yards. And I think this goes hand in hand. Patrick Mahomes is not going to be able to pass a lot because his receivers suck and the Bills have a good defense. So, he will step up in the pocket and he will run. This will be a low-scoring brawl, and Patrick Mahomes will step up in the pocket a lot and rush. So he should easily be getting 27 rushing yards against this Bills team. This is a huge rivalry. They've played each other 7 times when Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes have been on the field. The Bills win every time it's in the regular season. The Chiefs win every time it's in the playoffs. Josh Allen wants to snap that streak, and Josh Allen wants to go to the Super Bowl that he finally deserves. So, we have Patrick Mahomes over 26.5 rushing yards.
All right, guys. So for my next bet, I have Jaden Daniels under 226 yards. Of course, we all want him to do better than this, but he's going against the Eagles, the number 1 defense in the league, and we know the Eagles, all right? Every quarterback they've gone against, they do not play good for how much time they don't have, all right? The Eagles run the ball so much, and they waste so much time, all right? And the quarterbacks just get flustered, so they don't play good games, all right? Eagles, I keep saying, all right, my fault. Anyways, Jaden Daniels, I don't think he'll have a good game. I want him to, but it's lots of pressure, and we've seen that he can take on the pressure, but no quarterback plays good against the Eagles, and we've seen this multiple times, even in just the playoffs. So Jaden Daniels will be getting under 226 passing yards.
Pressure? What pressure? So, for our final of the 4 bets, Eckler, 19.5 yards versus the Eagles. So, Eckler has been having a great year, even as the backup running back. And he has really been stepping up so far in the playoffs. in the last couple of games, he's averaging around 35 yards per game. That doesn't seem to be stopping. They're going to need to switch it up, okay? The Eagles have a great pass defense, but not as good as their run defense. They need to switch it up. So they're going to give Eckler a few tosses and a few whip routes and a few handoffs. So Austin Eckler should be getting 19.5 rushing yards. So now we will tell you guys the Power 4 bets of the week. So first, East, you want to tell them your 2 of the Power 4 bets?
All right, guys. For the first time forever, I have 2 under bets. We have Patrick Mahomes under 253.5 passing yards and Jaden Daniels under 226.5 passing yards. Free money. Free bets.
And then I have Patrick Mahomes over 26.5 rushing yards and Austin Eckler over 19.5 rushing yards. So I have 2 over on the rushing. He has 2 under on the passing. So with that being said, I think that's going to be it for today. We had Kyler Crook, which was awesome. Shout out to Kyler. And if you want to see Kyler, and we'll go follow Kyler on everything, just at Kyler Crook. So thank you so much to Kyler. Thank you so much to East. So with that being said, we'll see you guys next time.